So Frank Doorhof sent me a little email a couple of days ago asking if I could give you guys a quick couple of tips of things that I find quite interesting, or little hints and that sort of thing. So I was meant to do the video before the weekend, and then it was Easter, and then I was meant to do it this morning. I got super busy, but I've managed to sit down and find 4 tips that I think might be extremely useful or interesting to a couple of people. So the first tip that I've got is always have one lens with you, which is your absolute trusted go-to lens, the one lens you couldn't live without. And for me at the minute it's the Sigma 35 1.4 Art Series lens. Super sharp, the contrast is lovely. It's one of those lenses that I trust. And I think when it comes to photography gear, I think first tip is have one lens that you can absolutely trust. And for me at the minute, it's the Sigma lens. Absolutely beautiful. The second tip, for landscape photographers, I guess this is a bit of an obvious one, but I shoot portraiture and I tend to shoot a lot of people. And the idea to a lot of people of carrying a big heavy tripod around might seem a bit silly, but I have absolutely fallen in love with these 3-legged thing tripods. I now actually have 5 of them. I have 2 Franks, I have 1 Brian, I have 1 Keith. Keith is a little tripod that at the minute is sat holding the D800 camera. These are the Frank tripod, these are the biggest ones that they do, and then I have Brian, who actually folds down. Sorry for wielding this about, but I have Brian here. This is Brian. He has my tape so I can see him at a distance, or when I'm shooting gigs or whatever I can see him. He turns into a monopod. He has a... Check out the 3-legged thing website. I don't want to go into too much detail about the different tripods, but this tripod fits in my 1510 Pelly case, comes everywhere with me. It's a lighting tripod, it's a camera tripod, it's a monopod. It kind of turns into everything. I've got a reflector holder I can clip onto this, so it holds my reflector. It becomes my audio holder. Very, very vital piece of equipment. It's like my third-hand 3-legged thing tripods. They're all carbon fibre and beautiful and light and stuff like that. So my next tip is actually I think I might do 5 tips with this. My next tip is with my Wacom tablet. So I have the Intuos 5 here. I use the Teletools cables because they just fit in nice and snugly. I actually have 2 pens with mine. I have different brushes on either pen, so they have these little bands, so I know which is different. But again, if I'm working out in the field, I mark all my stuff up so I can see it at a distance. If there's a couple of photographers around, I can see which is my pens and stuff. So this isn't the tip yet, but you see inside here, and these are the holders that come with the pens, you actually get all the different nibs, and they're all quite fun and they're all quite different. And if you have an Intuos, take it open, have a play around, sorry, with the different pens and see kind of what they all do. But so I have 2 pens, 2 different brushes. It allows me to work super smooth. And Intuos 5, you can get the wireless, so you can work wirelessly. And again, this fits into the roof of my 1510, so it comes everywhere with me. So the next tip is the being able to always have a great wireless tablet wherever you go. My Wacom is absolutely central to my style, my workflow, how I work. I should also point out that I actually use a half-size keyboard as well, the Cherry keyboard, and I have the F keys on either of the sides, so I can kind of quickly get access to all of those keys. And I actually work with that next to my tablet, so I have my left hand on my keyboard and my right hand on the tablets, and that's how I work. So next tip, one I might just move my phone, is actually this little thing here. So this is the Lexar Pro Hub, and what it is a card reader that lets you put different modules in. So this is the card reader for the compact flash, and then this is the card reader for the SD card. And the really cool thing is that you could actually use 4 compact flashes, or you could use 2 compact flashes and 2 SDs, or you could use 4 XQD cards, or so you can mix them into any way, shape or form. So these are the card readers that I use when I'm out in the field. I just unclip, say if I'm going away with the with my Fuji that takes SD cards, I'll just take this, and then it's a USB 3 SD card reader, and I can come back, slot that in. So if I come back and I've got 4 SD cards that I need reading, just put the 4 slots in. Or if I've been shooting with the D800, which takes compact flash and SD, I can just slot them straight in. So it has its own power. Tether tools, USB 3 cables, so they fit super nice. They're really nice and long, and yeah, so that just sits on the side of my desk. Whenever I come back from a shoot, I just plug all of my cards straight in and off you go. Obviously using the Lexar cards is super fast. Okay. My last tip, I guess, has to be probably my new Peli 1510, because again, as I've just mentioned, I can fit in my Interest tablet, I can fit in my Brian tripod, I can fit in all of my photography gear, my Fuji, so I can fit in there the X Pro, the X-T1, the D800, which is being filmed, the 24-105, the 35mm and the 105, and all of my batteries. So that has to be a pretty good tip, really, I guess. So thank you very much for watching my little video, and make sure you subscribe to Frank's blog and the Quite Frankly blog indeed. Make sure you catch up with all of his amazing tutorials and all of those things. I watch them as I'm a subscriber and a big fan of Frank's work. So thank you very much, Frank. Take care. Bye bye.